Hey guys, history and archaeology have changed dramatically in the last 5 days, and nobody is talking about this. Today, we're going to peel back the layers of a history that doesn't just need a rewrite, it needs a total overhaul. We are often told that human history is a straight upward climb from primitive survival to the modern world, right? But new archaeological data from the last 5 days has completely shattered this illusion. We are looking at 3 specific mind-bending discoveries that prove we have been fed a sanitized, controlled version of reality. These findings aren't just anomalies, they are evidence of a lost, hyper-advanced past. Let's start with the Indus Valley civilization at the legendary ruins of Mohenjo-Daro. You have likely heard of it, a site known for its grid-planned streets and sophisticated sewage systems. Mainstream archaeologists have long insisted it was a peak of civilization around 2500 BCE, but new radiocarbon dating of lower city walls has just forced a massive timeline reset. The site is significantly older than they ever admitted. How much older? More than 800 years older. Now, archaeologists are telling us that they have clear evidence of the civilization dating back to 3300 BCE. This is more than 5,300 years old. But mark my words, in 10 years, archaeologists will find out that this site is even more older than this. But for now, even with the recent evidence, think about the implications. If this level of urban planning, engineering, and structural precision existed thousands of years earlier than the textbook timeline, what does that say about ancient builders? We are not looking at a primitive society discovering how to build. We are looking at a culture that inherited a master plan. The precision of these structures combined with the mysterious sudden abandonment of the site suggests a technological peak that was wiped out before the quote-unquote known history of the world even began. Why is the mainstream so terrified of these dates? Perhaps because admitting Mohenjo-Daro is older forces them to admit that human civilization is not a linear progression, but a cycle, one that we are currently on the tail end of. Now, this recent finding has an insane meaning hidden in it, and nobody is talking about this. The timeline of the Indus Valley civilization directly coincides with the timeline of ancient Egyptian civilization. Both civilizations are 5,000 plus years old, making some remarkable engineering feats. But you might say, the Indus Valley civilization is in today's Pakistan, more than 2,200 miles from ancient Egypt. You might think these two ancient civilizations are not connected. This brings us to our second bizarre discovery. Archaeologists in Egypt recently unearthed something that should not exist, a fragment of Homer's Iliad an ancient Greek text, was found inside the abdominal cavity of a mummified body. How deeply was ancient Greece connected to Egypt? Archaeologists and historians see a papyrus fragment and think, trade. I want you to look deeper. This was not a historical document kept for reading. It was a ritual tool. The placement of a Greek epic inside an Egyptian burial suggests that these two supposedly distinct civilizations were part of a unified, hidden, and deeply occult network. They were sharing a system of metaphysical knowledge that transcends borders. If the Iliad, a story of gods and war, was being used in Egyptian mortuary rites, were they both tapping into the same repository of forbidden wisdom? This is the smoking gun that connects the ancient world into one massive secret belief system. These ancient civilizations were not disconnected. They were part of a singular ancient consciousness that understood things about our reality that modern science is only now beginning to suspect. Now, if these societies were operating on such a high secret level, what were they guarding? This leads us to our final and perhaps most explosive discovery. A 3,000-year-old cuneiform tablet from Syria that details the state-sanctioned anti-witchcraft rituals used by ancient rulers. This 3,000-year-old tablet was discovered in Hama, an ancient city in western Syria, just a few days ago. First, experts thought it was a tablet for witchcraft, for casting black magic spells on people. Then they realized it was created to defend the rulers from witchcraft. So, it was an anti-witchcraft device. But this is not a fairy tale. The tablet outlines complex systemic protocols that rulers used to defend their power against invisible metaphysical threats. Today, materialistic scientism has conditioned people to laugh at the idea of witchcraft or supernatural forces. Yet, here is the highest level of government in the ancient world utilizing technology like rituals to ward off entities we are told don't exist. They were not fighting people, they were fighting the unseen. This reveals a terrifying truth. The ancient rulers lived in a world where the veil between our reality and the unknown was paper thin. They were actively managing forces that we've been conditioned to mock and ignore. When you connect these 3 points, the ancient high-tech engineering of Mohenjo-Daro, the cross-cultural ritual exchange between Egypt and Greece, and the state-level occult defense in Syria, a clear picture emerges. We are not the first advanced civilization on this planet. Modern humans are the survivors of a forgotten global civilization that understood the machinery of the physical world and the dangers of the metaphysical one. The history books hide this because if you knew the truth that we're not the peak of human achievement, the current structure of power would instantly collapse. I want to know your thoughts. Do you think we are being intentionally kept in the dark about our true origins? What is the one myth from history that you've always felt was actually a suppressed truth? Drop a comment below and let's discuss what they're trying to keep us from seeing. I am Praveen Mohan. Thanks a lot for watching and stay tuned for more forbidden history. Bye.